You ever wonder why some of the foods that are most fun to eat just happen to be unhealthy? Like onion rings. Most onion rings are made with refined wheat, unhealthy oils, and they're deep fried, but not when they're healthy vegan style. I didn't use any of those ingredients and I baked them in the oven. And today, I'm gonna show you how to make your own. All right, so let's talk about the ingredients we're gonna use to make this fun recipe for this fun food, onion rings. Now, back in the day when I was a teenager and I used to eat fast food, when I would go to a fast food place with my friends, everybody would get fries, but I would get the onion rings. I like fries, but I like onion rings even better. So whenever I had a choice, that's what I would choose. Now, I like doing requests for people, and I had someone in my Healthy Vegan app request onion rings. So that's what we're doing today. Let's talk about the ingredients we're gonna use for this simple and fun recipe. All right, obviously we're gonna use some onions now. I'm making two kinds of onion rings today. We're gonna use a regular yellow onion, and then we're gonna also use a red onion. All onions are health promoting, but red onions are the healthiest of all. Green onions, I would say green onions and then red onions. So we're gonna do some red onions and some yellow onions to make these onion rings. Now the mix is pretty simple. We're gonna use some oat flour, we're gonna use some ground flax, and then we're gonna use some plant milk, and that's gonna create kind of a nice thick batter or a thick liquid to dip them in, and then we're gonna dip them into these, which are delicious, which are my Healthy Vegan almond breadcrumbs. If you made these before, then you know they're really easy to make, super delicious. You don't have to have the refined wheat, the oil, and all the preservatives and flavor enhancers you find in breadcrumbs in the store. Now, for my nut-free followers out there who want to make this recipe, I do have some healthy vegan breadcrumbs that are made with chickpeas, and I'm going to put a description to my nut-free breadcrumbs in the description below so that you can use those and still make this recipe, even if you're allergic to nuts or you're trying to lower your fat intake. Now, one thing you may notice is that I don't have any seasonings up here on the table like I normally do. And the reason for that is this: these breadcrumbs are well seasoned. And if you had them, you know. So just using these ingredients to make our liquid and then dipping them in the breadcrumbs, these are gonna have plenty of flavor. So these are the ingredients we're gonna use. Very simple recipe. Let's put it together. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is get our onions cut into rings to make onion rings. So while I'm doing a little prep, let's talk about some benefits of onions, because this is a healthy recipe. When you cut into onions and your eyes start to tear, it's because they're producing organosulfur compounds, and those compounds help prevent the development of cancers by detoxifying carcinogens and halting cancer cell growth. Onions have quercetin and anthocyanins as well, which are both health promoting. All right, so now I've got my onions cut up and they're ready. Now we have to get our little dipping station going here. And what I'm gonna do first is make the liquid batter before putting them in the breadcrumbs. And again, as I went over earlier, we're gonna use some plant milk. By the way, I'm using walnut milk, but you could use any plant milk of your choice to do this. Also gonna be using some oat flour, as I mentioned, and then some ground flax. So I'm gonna mix these three together. And once I do, I'll add my onions here, dip them in the breadcrumbs onto the tray, into the oven. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe below. All right, so you saw me mix up my breading batter here. Now I've been letting it sit for about 5 minutes, and what happens is that the flax makes the liquid a little thicker, which is perfect for dipping, and then we're gonna get them breaded and then onto our pan. Okay, so once I have my onion rings breaded and on the pan, I'm gonna get them in the oven, but to ensure that the onions are cooked and that the breading has a nice crunch without burning it, we're gonna cover the pan for the first half of the baking time, then uncover them and continue to bake them to get this beautiful, beautiful result. All right, so it made a lot of onion rings, and I took some white and some red to get them on a plate here so I can do a taste test for you, of course. Man, that is good. They're perfect. They have the nice onion ring crunch, that nice onion flavor, and then the ketchup makes it a home run. Gotta make these. You'll love it.